my name's Riley, and today I'm going to be going through how to clean and decontaminate surgical tools. I'm wearing a few different things for my PPE. Sorry if my mask keeps falling down. I don't really know how to fix that. I'm wearing gloves, obviously. I'm going to be touching instruments that have hazardous materials on them and people's body fluids, secretions, things like that. So I would never want to touch those with my bare hands. And then I also have on this little suit, and normally I would be wearing scrubs as well. I do not have scrubs, but this would protect my scrubs so that I wouldn't maybe have to change them. I could just change this if I were to get soiled material on it. I'm wearing a mask. Obviously, I don't want anything splashing into my face and in my mouth. And then I also have on my glasses and then another pair of glasses. That's probably overkill for me wearing mine. But this would protect my eyes to make sure nothing's getting in my eyes or my tear ducts or my mucous membranes over there, because infections like to harbor in mucous membranes. And then I also have a hair net to kind of just get the rest of my hair in there, keep it from falling out or, you know, like dandruff, things like that coming out, but also to protect my hair from waste. So that's my PPE. So now we're gonna get started. I have a few different tools here. I have some warm water. It's about 80 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit in here. And then I have a few different things to use for cleaning. I have a sponge, and this will be really helpful, but the sponge is typically discarded after each use or daily. So that'll be one of the things that we use. And then I also have a brush. This is a little bit more worn than it should be. Typically you'd want the bristles to be pretty like stick straight, knowing that they'll be strong. And then we have one of these as well. I do not think, according to the tools that I picked today, that we will really have to use this one, but we have it present just in case. And then we have 4 different tools that we're going to be taking care of today. So I want to just start with the first one. Now, all my tools, it appears that the point of use cleaning, or the cleaning done right after use, was not done very well. So there's a lot of things left on them. In this case, we have a lot of extra blood and fat. So because it's blood and fat, we're going to be using an alkaline detergent. Detergents have emulsifiers, surfactants, and chelating agents that will help penetrate and remove the soil. But the one thing with alkaline detergents is you're going to want to make sure that you are I'm just gonna put this down for a little bit, that you are rinsing multiple times, as sometimes they can leave like a powdery residue. So we're gonna go ahead and get started here. So the first instrument I'm gonna be working on is the curved Mayo scissors. So if you see, we have a lot of remnants left on there. So we have our hot soapy water. I'm just going to go ahead and see, I want to open this to make sure I'm not missing any of these things in the cracks here. I'm going to go ahead and submerge this in the water. It's really important that you are scrubbing your tools under the water to make sure that none of the aerosols are coming up, and then, you know, like infecting the air, getting on you, infecting other items. So you're going to want to make sure it's always submerged. And another thing is, I forgot to show you my detergent. Our detergent today is this alkaline detergent. So this is going to be really helpful in removing a lot of the soil and making sure we get everything off that we need. So I'm just going to slowly brush, and we're going to go with the grain of the tool. You're not going to want to go against the grain because it will possibly scratch it. So we're just, you know what? I wasn't following the rules. I was not doing that underwater. So I'm going underneath the water, and you want to make sure that obviously you're getting any of the parts that are hinged, but that you're also focusing on the tips, because the tips can kind of really be where a lot of the soil is left over. And then you want to flip it around, obviously being really careful. And then we're making sure to get the handles, everything. And then we can move on to the next one here. And then we'll do the final rinse, just to make sure that we got everything off that we needed. And so now we're gonna move on, and we are going to do the peon clamp. So again, a lot of remnants left over, a lot of blood and fatty tissue. So we're gonna go ahead, submerge that in the water. We can turn the running water off. And we want to make sure it's open so that we aren't, you know, forgetting about the insides and the teeth. You're really gonna wanna get, maybe not this one, well, all these serrated edges here, you're gonna wanna get those really good. And then if they have teeth as well, you're gonna really wanna make sure you're getting in there. And so we have this under the water, we're scrubbing, and then I can't show you because my hands are wet, but all of the particles are actually being submerged to the bottom of the sink, so that they're not getting in our tools now that our additional tools that we're bringing into the sink here. So we're just gonna continue to brush with the grain, not against the grain. And then probably gonna wanna open it and close it a few times just to make sure that we're getting everything we need. Do that. I'm gonna set my brush up here. I'm just gonna use my sponge quick and just make sure I'm getting absolutely everything. And then we're gonna go ahead and do that final rinse because of the alkaline detergent. Really rinse it, make sure it's good. All right, and then we're gonna move forward here. The next instrument we have is tissue forceps with teeth. So these are the teeth right here. It's a 1 and 2. So this is what I was talking about, how you're really gonna wanna make sure that you are getting in the tips there and getting in the teeth. So again, probably gonna focus a little bit more with the brush here, and get that in there and just scrub away. So after the cleaning and decontamination process, we then go to the sterilization. So, or I'm sorry, the disinfectant. So there's 3 different levels of the disinfectant that items get categorized in. So there's like critical, there's semi-critical, and then there's non-critical. So it's determined by what the tool is coming into contact with. But those are the 3 levels of the disinfecting. And then depending on the level, then there's different types of disinfectants that they use. So like the low level and the intermediate level use the clots, and then like isopropyl alcohol, things like that. I'm just gonna do my rinse here. Make sure I have everything. Really rinse it good. Alright. And then we're gonna finish up here with our last item, which is a Yanker's suction tip. So still like a lot left over there on the end. So we're gonna take our brush and finish this one up. And then so there's the low level and the intermediate level of disinfectant, which is the isopropyl alcohol and the clots. And then you would have your high level, which I always struggle saying this word, but that would be like your glutaride, And then there's like a few other ones that are pretty intense and high level disinfectants that would be used. So again, we're just making sure to scrub everything here, making sure to really get it good, nice and soapy. And I would say the biggest things that I really was reading about today was making sure that you're scrubbing with the grain of the tool, and then I keep doing it out of habit, but making sure that you're underneath the water when you're scrubbing. That's really important because you really don't want any of that soiled material to get up into the air. You're wearing excellent PPE, so you're protected, but you always want to take safety precautions, obviously. So then we are all set. Thank you so much for joining in. Have a good night.